What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about this Gilbert Arenas story, man. This thing has gone viral. I've already posted a video about Shannon Sharpe on the channel, and now I'm going to speak on the next big story in sports today, which is going on with Gilbert Arenas. Now, Gilbert Arenas was arrested with four others, I believe. Four others seem like Israeli crime figures. That's what they're being called. One may even work for this particular government, but that's nothing new. We know how close America and Israel is. But looking at this story, I'm seeing some comments from people saying, he's going to get a slap on the wrist. Nothing's going to happen. But if you look at the people who got arrested and the implications, and then you look at Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas is the fall guy. He is the fall guy in this. I don't know if he's gonna just skate by. I know this happened in 2021 and 2022, but we know that if the DOJ is taking an interest in this, he's gonna either have to come off some information or he's gonna have to beat this in court. Okay. There's only two ways this thing is going. So let's get into this article from TMZ. Former NBA superstar Gilbert Arenas was arrested in Southern California on Wednesday after authorities say he ran an illegal gambling business. Federal prosecutors claim that the ex-Washington Wizards guard, along with five others, rented out his Encino mansion to hold high-stakes card games from September 2021 to July of 2022. So obviously it stopped. And I think it stopped because, Gilbert then started to do his own podcast after that. So the feds allege that Arenas hired a 51-year-old to help him stage the place for games and collect rent. They say Arenas' partners in the biz hired women to serve the gamblers at the residence and added a staff of chefs, valets, and security guards to make the games more enticing. The alleged business owners, prosecutors wrote in court documents, profited off it all by taking a rake from each pot. Arenas and five other defendants were hit with two charges: one count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business and one count of operating an illegal gambling business. If convicted on both counts, prosecutors say they are facing up to 5 years in prison for each count. So about 10 years total, right? Arenas also additionally charged with one count of making false statements to federal investigators. Now, that's not good. If Gilbert lied to the feds, that's not good. Okay? When you lie to the feds, they're going to make an example out of you. They are. The 43-year-old is expected to appear in court later Wednesday to face charges. So, from my understanding, he has already been in court. But this is, I guess he's on the West Coast time, so I'm on East Coast time. It's around, 6 of me recording this. So maybe he's already made it to court. Listen, whenever you have, hold on. There's an update. Let's look at this update. Federal prosecutors say Gilbert Arenas pled not guilty to the charges during his arraignment on Wednesday after and was released on $50,000 bond. His trial is set for late September. So that was a quick update, but I want to say this. Yes, it happened in 2021 and 2022, but still, when you have the fact that they're saying that Gilbert Arenas was dealing with Israeli nationals who are seen as crime figures, so we talking what is like an Israeli mob, that's not good. And also, if he actually lied to the feds, they're gonna want you in jail. The feds do not like when people lie to them, and when you lie to them, they want you in prison, because we've seen it before. We've seen it. Go back to when the feds were going after Barry Bonds, and his friend who was working with him, the government was putting his friend in jail. The friend was not cooperating with them, so they kept putting him back in jail. He get out, put him back in jail. And that's because they didn't want to talk. But I've seen other situations where people lie to the feds and they end up in a lot of trouble. So hopefully for Gilbert's sake, it stays on the gambling, but that's, when you lie to them, man, they take that personal. They take it personal when you lie to them. They really do. And the fact that he's mixed up with Israelis, I'm surprised when I saw videos from his podcast, they weren't Israeli flags in the background. That's crazy to me. How do you get mixed up with Israelis while doing this? Now, how does that happen? Do they come to you, Gilbert? Did they ask you, hey, would you like to invest in a gambling venture? Now, California, I'm assuming, has very tough gambling laws, especially illegal gambling. Maybe he should have moved to Vegas. I don't know. But this situation, people are saying, well, nothing's going to happen. It's a slap on the wrist. But you have to understand something. You add in the fact that according to them, he lied to them. So they must have been investigating him or a situation similar. And he did not tell everything. He must have not said the truth. And they kept investigating and they found out that, he was lying to them. That is not good. It's not good for Gilbert. I know people want to make it seem like, this, because Gilbert, his personality, he likes to joke, but this ain't a joke. It really ain't, because he's the only Negro in this equation, unless one of these other guys that were mixed up in it are Negro as well. It's not a good look. I mean, you look at some of these names: Yevgeny Gershman, Evgeny Terekisky, Alan Austria, Yaron Cohen. It looks to me that he's the only Negro in the equation. And he may possibly be the fall guy, which will be sad because he's built. Now you got to figure out what money he built it on, but he built a podcast platform, looks like out of his own house. He got married to this female, and he has a son who is following his footsteps as far as basketball is concerned. And he has a lot good going for him. And I would hate to see him fall into this trap of gambling. We've seen numerous NBA players fall into this. I spoke about Malik Beasley. And there's been others who actually are going to serve jail time for gambling. And also, let me say this: people were saying that this is karma for him making fun of Malik Beasley and others for their getting caught up, getting charges for gambling. Listen, it does look like karma, doesn't it? Because he was making fun of them. I'm not saying that it's deserved because I don't know Gilbert like that. But what I'm saying is, it's interesting that you got Malik Beasley and others get caught up in gambling situations, and now he has one, and he was operating it out of a home apparently that he owns. Unbelievable. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, like, video, share, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram. Check out the Shannon Sharp video. I'll have that in the description box. See y'all next one.